hate how these get all mixed up because the wind be just the blowing and so it be blowing these all out of whack, and it messes with my OCD. Oh, child, but okay, it's gonna have to work out. I'm gonna have to just probably go in and add some more in between for when it happens, but it'll be just my luck that when the wind blows, it's gonna they're gonna get tangled up even more. But hey butterflies, welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Doctress Monica Nicole. Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, harmony, and our purpose through the energy of our ancestors. I want to thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, and your subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated. And a major shout out to all the members of the Butterfly Effect School of Transformation. If you're interested in joining a collective who are all on a journey of expanding and growing and evolving, come join us back there, okay? What do you say? Oh, come to death row. Not in that sense. I'm just making a joke off of what Suge Knight. That was probably horrible, but that was the first thing that came to me. It's not really death row, y'all. But this energy. So I'm sitting out here. The sun just finished rising. I'm having a morning coffee, vibing, got my bubbles, been just out here relaxing. And I was sitting here like, I manifested this. I manifested this from a life of chaos. I was once living in such a state of chaos. And now life is peaceful. I have to seek drama. I have to become the drama. And that came to show me how when our life is chaotic, it's because we're chaotic on the inside. When our life is chaotic, it's because we're chaotic on the inside. Even if on the outside we give off this picture of being calm, cool, calm, collected, and everything is good. If drama is surrounding us, we're chaotic on the inside. Something in us craves it, something in us loves it, you know. Um, and being able to live in peace after living so much of your life in chaos is a different vibe. And so, as I was sitting here reflecting, I was reflecting on the aspect of, sometimes you have to let people ruin their life. Sometimes you have to let people ruin their life. When I look at the growth that I've made over time, I realize that has come because I've also hit rock bottom before. I know what self destruction looks like. I know what self destruction feels like. And I knew I didn't want to go back there. So I took the growth and the development away from it super serious, right? And I think sometimes we don't give the credit that's due to the process of fucking up. You know, we spend so much time trying to stop other people from messing up. We try to stop them, we try to warn them, we try to help them. And what do they still do? They still end up doing what they wanted to do. It always happens, never fails. Because it was never our job to truly come in and stop them. Yeah, it could have been our job to come in and, give them the advice so that after they finish doing what they did, they remember the advice that they received. So then next time they don't do it. Every time I look at this burn mark I have on my hand and how I was told to not do what I did, I was told that the fire was too hot for me to put that batter in there. Did I listen? No, I didn't. And because of that, I have a lifetime scar on my hand to remember that. I was given wisdom and I didn't heed the wisdom. And because I didn't heed that wisdom, this was the result of my actions. And I feel like most of us have some type of villain arc story or like some type of part in our story that was like that. We have some type of scar or something, a memory that reminds us of something that we did in the past or a lesson that we learned from the past. Or a lesson that we learned from the past. And it sticks with us. We have to know that when we have loved ones who may be in similar places, going through similar things, that we have to allow them to live out their decisions or their mistakes or whatever it turns out to be. We have to let them make those decisions because I know for me, hitting rock bottom, I needed it. I needed it. I needed that season of my life where I was into it with everyone, like whole family. Fuck all y'all. Because I needed to work on the codependency that I had created and the expectations I had placed on the word family and work through my own neurodivergency and work through my own self and become self sufficient. So, yes, can I go to my family for help or for anything if I ever needed it? Yes. Do I? No. I love being able to be in a place where I figure it out on my own. And that just may be my own personal, placements, My birth chart is very, independent and it's independent and it's like yeah, I don't want to say thrill seeking, but like I have a lot of Aries, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. But this energy, allow yourself to sit with yourself, and where life has brought you, where you've come from, and to realize that even the mistakes are a part of the blessing. So the mistakes are nothing but delayed lessons when you think about it. So, for example, we could have gotten the lesson and listened when, our parent told us X, Y, and Z. We could have listened and did it because some of them we did. Some of the lessons that they told us, we took it, we listened, and we implemented it. Cool. Some we didn't, right? We're going to call it a delayed lesson. You may not get it right then and there. You may not get it when you first hear it, but over time, it begins to make itself clear. Over time, it begins to make itself clear. A delayed message, a delayed lesson, you know, delayed reflection, internalization. And we have to let other people figure it out on their own time. We figure it out on our time, they figure it out on their time, and we decide how we want to be connected to them in that. While they figure it out, while they do X, Y, and Z, how do you want to be connected in that process? That's what matters the most. You keeping your boundaries, but you don't have to toss people completely out either. You get what I'm saying? Now, sometimes it's needed if it goes against your boundaries, right? But it's not all the time. And so that's why it's so important for us to know when to implement like that tough love and when to just be like, okay, you know, but we got to let people mess their life up. You got to let people hit rock bottom if they're going to hit it. You know, unfortunately, one thing I've come to find is that people who have gone through a lot of like traumatic situations in their past and in their life, um, they typically learn through difficult moments because ingrained within the subconscious is the sense of learning through the difficulty, learning through problems, learning through pain, connecting through pain, learning how to alchemize because pain is normalized, right? Lack is normalized. So, unintentionally, the lessons that are learned are typically acquired through those same methods because that's how the person understands it. Until you're able to shift your subconscious being and your subconscious um, definition of yourself, how you define yourself. And I've been thinking a lot about this lately too. I've been in reflection on in regards to even just with the brain and reflecting, studying, reading on. When it comes to like scripting and the stories that we tell ourselves, we have to make sure that we change the storyline. Ooh, did something just bite me? We have to make sure that we change the storylines, the stories that we tell ourselves. I hope this isn't like rubbing on there. Like, we have to change the stories that we tell ourselves, okay? Because a lot of times we go through this process, you know, we say it was a healing process, all that jazz. But in a way, the storyline that we're taking on, we're still taking on this like victimized, I hate them type of storyline versus taking on, you needed that to happen for your growth. It had to be a part of your story. It had to be a part of your reality. So if we despise anything or any experience that we had to go through to get to another space, we're despising a part of ourselves still internally. And that's what helped me truly understand forgiveness. So if I was still despising my parents for whatever the reasons, right? Because both of them, I felt I went through a sense of abandonment for different reasons, right? So if I still held those things against them of what they did, their actions, even though their actions, they were the actions that they were and they did what they did, but I realized those actions is what created the path that I have been on and learning to master. Because when we say we all have our cross to bear, life is all about an experience. No one is meant to have a perfect life. No one has a perfect life. We all come in the game with a different mission to fulfill, with a different mission to complete, with a different mission to experience. So everything we come in contact with is a part of the experience we were supposed to have. I don't know why I'm thinking about Little Red Riding Hood and Little Red Riding Hood, you know, making her way to her grandmother's house, right? And on the line or on the journey of getting to her grandmother's house, she meets the wolf. You know, you meet different people, you see different things on your way going to where you're going. And this is the same thing on our way to grandmother's house or on our way to the end, because only thing that is promised to us in life is death. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. It's gonna catch up to everyone in this bit eventually. You get what I'm saying? So if we know that the only two things that are true to be true is that we all are here for something and we all gonna be gone, at least in the physical sense of what we see now, right? So if we're going off of what we have now, take a lot of that pressure off of you. And a lot of times the reality is that we have to hit the bottom in order to truly understand what it means to get to the top and be on the top. In order to truly understand our personal power, our strength, what we're capable of, that wouldn't have been realized if we never hit rock bottom, if we never knew what lack or not having was, because we're able to see the magic in real time. We're able to see it manifest in real time. So when I see where I'm at now compared to 4 years ago, life is totally different. 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, life is totally different. That's a part of the journey. So even when we have people around us who seem to be doing some dumb and we just be, and it seems like they're not listening to us, we need to understand that that experience is also a part of our journey. So although it's a part of their journey, so on one end of the spectrum, they out here just doing stuff, making mistakes, whatever the case is. And then the other end of the spectrum is the sense of what it means for us in our journey. Is it taking our hands off, letting everyone around us have their experience of life, how they're supposed to have their experience of life? But I won't sit here and tell the collective that I've never done some dumb before, because I've done a lot of stuff, y'all. That's why I have so much wisdom and experience. I've gone through a lot in these 37 years. Do you hear me? A lot. Working on the book now, okay, because it's finally time. Um, but those experiences, all I've accepted that they are a part of me. So I don't deny any of those experiences, no matter how traumatic they were. I don't deny any one of them because I realize they are what made me me. As beautifully flawed that I may appear to be, they have made me me. And since I am at peace with me, I am at peace with everything that I have gone through, everything I have experienced, everyone I have encountered. We can never speak again. I can never see you again. I can never experience it again. And it has nothing to do with those feelings because I've come to peace with the role that it has played in that development of my life and myself. And that's the energy that spirit has the collective in of we truly can't find peace until we make peace with all the phases of life of what has gone on and what we've experienced. And then when we allow ourselves to receive that peace, other people receive it as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to sit with myself and be like, damn, I was really a fuck up. I done did some dumb stuff before. Like, what were you thinking? Right? But now it allows me to have more grace for people. Even when I want to be mad, even when I want to be mad, it allows me to have more grace for people now because I realize I did the same things. Here come my little baby geese, child. The other family that came, I told them I wasn't feeding them because they got into that fight yesterday. Y'all getting just a little bit. Don't come over here hissing. Child. But there's someone in your life, okay? That's why this message is coming up. There's someone in your life right now who they're making decisions that you don't agree with. They're doing things that you just absolutely do not agree with. Like what do you mean you're doing X, Y, and Z? Like what in the world is going on? Like they're just doing stuff that you don't agree with, you know? And your way of thinking just very well may be the right way too. It's not even saying that you're wrong, but this is giving a situation where they are someone who still has to hit their head first to understand something. So they're the type who, you know, say y'all get into it or whatever, and you trying to tell them about something and it's getting heated. So because it's getting heated, they're gonna do something to defend themselves still because they're still very defensive. Okay. So they're gonna say something to try to hurt you or to win the conversation, right? Because they want to have more control over the situation. They don't really mean that. So they're gonna do something and they're gonna bump their head and they're gonna realize, like, dang, this was really real. This was really true. You get what I'm saying? You need to realize that you have grown more than some people around you. And when you have grown more than some like people around you or whoever you're conversing with, you see the lessons before they do. You see the wisdom before they do. But you have to understand they're going to experience the world through their lens, 2222. And it's important for you to allow them to experience the world through their lens. You have to allow them to see the world and experience the world through their lens, no matter how you view it or see it. And you want to know one thing, a reason why a lot of us love our grandmothers. Don't, who you hissing at? I can blow bubbles if I want to blow bubbles. You've been coming over here how long? And you still want to come up over here hissing on some stuff? And that's the daddy. That's not even the mama. Okay? Don't play with me. Hey, little Pooh. Oh, you don't like the bubbles, huh? Let me find out you toxic. Only toxic people don't like bubbles. Yeah, I was just walking around yesterday just blowing bubbles places. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, child. But long story short, oh, this is why a lot of people love their grandmothers, for example, because grandmothers have reached a place of wisdom in their life where they have this sense of love and unconditional love where, yeah, you may have messed up, you've done what you've done. They just take their hands off you for a little bit. They pull back, they never take you out of their prayers. They're still wanting the best for you, right? And when you're ready to come back home, the door is open. The door is open. Okay. Now, everyone may not have that sense of loving, understanding, whatever the case is, and that's totally fine. That is totally fine. You're not required to. You're not required to. But if you are one of those people and you know that you're going to love someone no matter what, know when to pull back your energy. Know when to pull back your energy and let it be what it is. And this isn't even saying that like you're perfect, right? So, for example, I saw my dad again for the first time in what, 4 years. I was telling you all, like we've talked, but seeing each other face to face, it was 4 years. And I was telling him about something that I was doing, and he was like, "You haven't asked me for anything in over 4 years. Like anything you want, like just ask me, like, and I'll give it to you." And just knowing that I have that available if I get to that point of needing it, it's beautiful. Now, have I taken him up on it? No. But knowing that I have it available if I get to that place, it's like that's unconditional love. Whether we see each other for who we are, whether we understand who we are, I'm not making, we get to a place where we see people for who they are, we understand them. And we don't get to that place until we get to the place of truly understanding and accepting our journey. I had to accept my journey to be able to accept my parents' journey. Now, does that take away from the things that they've done? No, because they've done some things, okay, that have hurt me. But that was my story and my cross to bear. Because even in the times that they hurt me, this is the kicker, y'all. This is the kicker. Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? Even in the times when they hurt me, my 7 o'clock reminder just came on. It's the reminder that those who choose to find joy in every moment of life have mastered the fear of death. But the kicker is that how they treated me or the things that may have happened or the things that hurt me, it actually had nothing to do with me. It wasn't because, oh, Monica, da 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 da. So no, it may have been what my behavior did and what my behavior represented, what my behavior brought up as a memory to them, their own protective energy, them and their own trauma. So them trying to protect me or create things based out of their own trauma. It never had anything to do with me. It's what I represented in connection to them and their understanding of the world. Literally, how people treat us is not us. It's how they experience the world in relationship to what we mean and signify in the reality of the world. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, mm-hmm. Somebody come in. I ate with that, didn't I? But this is the energy, y'all. I'm not gonna stay here too long, so I need to finish getting some reading done before we have our Zoom writing session this morning with the writing boot camp. Oh my gosh, y'all, I can't wait till y'all see these books that the butterflies are working on within this workshop right now. OMG. And shout out to the butterfly that sent me a book as well. I'm going to share it with you all in another video because it's in the living room and I don't feel like going inside and stuff right now. I'm gonna share it in another video. Thank you for sharing that with me, butterfly. Um, yeah. So I thank y'all for being here. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and your spirit team is calling for you to do. Period. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Check out the links and things down below for personal readings, classes, membership into the membership programs. Oh, where I go live and stuff also. So we go live back in the membership area. So definitely check that out. The Butterfly Effect School of Transformation, my books, all that jazz. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. I'm a Life Path 5, so y'all know it's going to be a lot going on. But I love you all. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye.